Coming up tonight, a major drug bust on I-15 leads to the seizure of 30 pounds of suspected fentanyl and 2 arrests. Plus, a Washington City double murder case takes a surprising turn as the defendant requests the death penalty and a competency evaluation is ordered. We'll also have your weekend weather forecast with warm and mostly dry conditions across southern Utah. Stay with us.
You're watching St. George News at 5, brought to you by our studio sponsor, We Win Injury Law.
Good afternoon, I'm Ryan Forsey. The U.S. Department of Agriculture is moving to rescind the 2001 Roadless rule, a change that could impact more than 760,000 acres in Dixie National Forest. Supporters say it will improve wildfire prevention and boost the timber industry, while critics warn it could harm wildlife habitat and increase fire risks long term. The USDA says formal notice of the change is coming soon, and public input remains uncertain. A judge has ordered a competency evaluation for Mia Bailey, the Washington City double murder suspect who has appealed to the Utah Supreme Court, asking that the death penalty be considered in her own case. Here's more on the judge's decision and what happens next.
A Washington City woman accused of killing her parents is back in the headlines, this time appealing directly to the Utah Supreme Court. 29-year-old Mia Bailey is facing 10 felony charges, including 2 counts of aggravated murder and 1 count of attempted aggravated murder after the shocking deaths of her parents, Joseph and Gail Bailey. Authorities say Bailey also attempted to shoot her brother that same night. She was arrested the next day and has remained in jail ever since, held without bail. Bailey, a transgender woman who legally changed her name and gender in 2023, now finds herself at the center of a legal twist. In late June, Bailey submitted a written request to the judge, appealing to the state's decision not to seek the death penalty. The Utah Supreme Court acknowledged the receipt of the appeal on July 30th, but so far there has been no public response beyond that letter.
Ms. Bailey, there are some things that recently you had submitted something to the court that ultimately was submitted to the higher court.
Yes.
And that has been, and there's some questions as far as just what has been said in there.
In Thursday's court hearing, Bailey's mental competency was discussed, a potential factor on how this high-profile case may unfold.
Your Honor, I set the appeal because it was a contingency plan. I have received advice from my family and fellow friends to offer those
Your Honor, again,
deals.
with the competency.
I'd
like to speak, please.
All right. But right now, first, I've ordered to have a competency evaluation report. We'll get that report back, and we'll see what it says, okay?
Prosecutors have stated they reviewed the facts carefully before choosing not to pursue the death penalty. As the case continues to develop, questions remain about Bailey's mental state. See the full story by Cody Blowers on stgeorgenews.com.
Now let's take a look at your weekend weather forecast brought to you by Casablanca Resort and Casino. Right now in St. George, we're sitting at 106 degrees with a low tonight expected of 75. Saturday will warm up to a high near 105 and cool down to 75 that evening, followed by Sunday's high of 106 and a low around 73. Mesquite is at 110 degrees this afternoon and tonight's low dipping to 81. Saturday and Sunday bring highs near 110 and lows near 82. In Cedar City, it's 91 degrees right now, cooling to 60 overnight. Over the weekend, you will see highs near 92 and lows around 59. Expect a warm and mostly dry weekend across southern Utah. Washington City Police say a Sunday traffic stop on I-15 near the Brigham Road exit led to a major drug bust. Officers recovered 30 pounds of suspected counterfeit fentanyl worth more than $500,000 on the street, hidden in 2 duffel bags. A canine alerted to the car, leading to the discovery. 2 men from out of state are behind bars facing felony drug distribution charges and are being held without bail ahead of their court appearance. St. George's newest foodie hotspot, Rooneys Mac Bar, is serving up customizable bowls of mac and cheese and grilled cheese sandwiches with bold toppings, drizzles, and a side of fun in their Mac Lounge. To see how 3 local friends turned their love of comfort food into a flavor frenzy.
We are Comfort Food USA, absolutely.
If you're craving comfort food with a twist, there's a hot new spot in St. George that's stirring things up, literally. Rooneys Mac Bar just opened its doors, and locals are already lining up for a taste of this gooey, cheesy goodness. It's creamy, it's crispy, and it's completely customizable. Rooneys Mac Bar is serving up made-to-order mac and cheese bowls and grilled cheese sandwiches that are anything but ordinary. The trio behind Rooneys Mac Bar are 3 lifelong friends and soccer coaches, Randy Kidman, Benji Nelson, and Jason Hendricks, better known around here as the 3 Mac Daddies.
So when Randy presented this idea, we'd been talking for a couple of years about maybe doing some type of franchise with a restaurant. We had never really decided on what it was. So when this popped up, the pieces just kind of fell into place. Yeah. It sounded like a great opportunity.
The menu? Well, you build your own bowls and sandwiches with cheese sauces like cheddar, pepper jack, or smoked Gouda, plus toppings from bacon and brisket to jalapenos and even pineapple.
If you like pineapple on your pizza, you will love it in your macaroni and cheese. And ironically, those customers that put pineapple in their bowls are the ones that come back and frequent us the most.
Inside the shop, the Mac Lounge gives visitors a place to chill, complete with foosball, video games, and plenty of space for teams and parties. Rooneys Mac Bar founders, Mary and Frank Sinise, were in town and told St. George News that their food journey began in 2022.
So tell me about the name. Where does it come from?
Yeah, macaroni. Rooneys Mac Bar, yeah. And I get called Roni a lot. Everyone's like, hey, Roni, right? I was like, I'll go with it.
We had a list of probably 10 or 15 names on a whiteboard when we came up with the idea, and Ronies was just the one that we kept going back to.
My vote was nudes, for the record.
With locations already in Provo and now in St. George, Rooneys Mac Bar plans to open 3 more across Utah.
I mean, Utah is great for business. I've noticed a lot of food places have their headquarters here, or got their start here, and it makes sense why. Like, everyone is just so enthusiastic about it and very supportive.
You can find Rooneys Mac Bar at the Terrace at Red Cliffs Mall. For more on this story and a peek of their full menu, read the full story by Jesse Bang on stgeorgenews.com.
Thank you for watching St. George News at 5. To learn more about our studio sponsor, We Win Injury Law, go to wewininjurylaw.com. I'm Ryan Forsey with St. George News, your #1 source for local news.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more local news updates. And if you liked this newscast, you might enjoy one of these stories right here.